Hey guys, and welcome back to Miss Azrael's Gaming. So we're jumping back into Painscreek Killings. We uncovered a little bit more into the story. We did figure out that Sophia was killed by Virginia and Dr. Johnson and Andrew. And that Andrew has been just devastated by the whole thing, and it caused him to start drinking and things like that. And so Scott has learned that Sophia, who he had been asking around about, did work at the mansion and she was killed. So we're going to jump back into the game. Now, I did go around looking for that clock that we had been looking for, because I didn't want to spend all time in the last playthrough looking for it. So when I finally found the clock in the mansion, I saved it there, and this is where we're going to start back, because I know we ended in the hospital, and usually I start where I ended at, but I just felt like I couldn't just have you guys look around with the clock for me. That would be really boring, so I thought we'll do that on the next playthrough. So here we are, and I found the clock. It was in the tea room. All the places I didn't think to look, but so we're going to put the key in there. Now I remember, I'm assuming we have to set this clock. And I do remember some of the notes saying that she liked her tea at 3:20 on the dot. I think it was brought up in 2 different letters. So that's what we're going to set it to. Oh no, we have to do it this way. Okay. So there's 3. There's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh. Hope I didn't go over. Oh, that went over. 20. Okay. There we go. Oh, we've got a letter in here. Okay, so dear June 18th, 1975, dear Vivian, I am not writing to you as your doctor, but as a friend. I know you had your suspicions about Charles. Now that his affair is revealed, there is no point beating around the bush. If you want to protect yourself and Tricia, there is only one way. You have to make Sophia and the baby leave Charles. They need to move away from Painscreek. You will, of course, have to compensate her for leaving. As for Charles, he will need to know that having his affair publicly known will destroy his political status. People are not so forgiving when the mayor they trust is involved in such a scandal. I figure that Charles will try to add the child into the family registry. I would do the same if I were him. It is a boy after all, and the child will be able to continue the family line. If that should happen, I cannot imagine what will happen to you. Henry Johnson. Vivian, I have given careful thought to your request, and here is my answer. I've provided a new prescription for your mother-in-law, Magdalene. It is 3 times the strength of her usual dosage. Detailed instructions will be sent with the medicine. Should you decide to do it, you will need to administer the medicine carefully so no one suspects anything. Call me if you have any questions. Henry Johnson. P.S. Make sure no one else in the mansion ingests any of it. So not only was she involved in the death of Sophia, she's also involved in the death of her mother-in-law. So, goody two-shoes, Vivian doesn't seem that good after all. Alright, so we've used up all the keys. We still haven't found the basement key yet for the hospital. I've been all over that place. I might have to, if we don't find it this playthrough, I might just have to continue playing and just tear the whole hospital apart, because it's going to be boring for you guys to just sit here and watch me do that. So we're just going to, let's go ahead and finally hit the cemetery. I was wanting to do it with the tools, but maybe there's something there that's going to move us further along in the story. Like maybe we'll find a key we need. But let's just go ahead. We're going to go there. Who knows? Maybe we'll find the key to the hospital basement in the cemetery. You never know. But also now that it's pointing to Magdalena being murdered by Vivian, maybe there's something in the cemetery we need to find. And no, Ghost Girl, it's not you, so please just stay wherever you've been hiding the whole rest of this playthrough. I don't know where she's been. I don't care. She just needs to stay across that river. Okay. That's not so bad. Okay, we have Raymond Brown. Gary Roberts. Okay, there's Henry Johnson's. Okay, there's Wanda's. We have Sarah Goldberg. Ian. Jonathan. Victoria Hopkins. Loving memory of Jesse Elliott. We have Philip Young. Marissa Young. It's like a fresh one over on that side. Pamela Fields. Susie Whitman. Vivian Roberts. Those We Love Will Never Go Away, 1940 to 1995. And Trisha Roberts. I was not expecting that. We Will Always Cherish and Remember You, 1974 to 1995. So either she died because she just stopped eating. Could have died of a broken heart. That's always possible. Let's check out these back ones. I forgot these ones. Pamela Fields. Scott Brooks. God's Lent Child, January 1st, 1975, November 15th, 1995. Scott Brooks, isn't that... That's not Scott's last name, is it? It is. He's dead too. Huh. That's seriously odd. I'm going to take pictures of these. I don't know how much pictures I really need. I don't know how they fit in all this. But we'll just take that. And then we have a grave over here that has no name and just flowers. Don't see anything on it. So Scott and Trisha are both dead. I need a tool to dig. Why do I sound like somebody was walking up on me? Yeah, I need to find the shovel. I've got to figure out how to get into Timothy Sanders, Andrew Reed. That's Andrew. That's that one guy. This part's locked. Could just be we don't even need to go in there, but I mean it does have an unlock feature, so. Okay, so really nothing in the cemetery. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get into the photography building because we seriously need to get the tools out of there because we have that the door that is jammed in the I think it was in the house where we saw the ghost girl when we came out of it, which was Andrew's house. And we have the spot to dig by the rocks. Okay, guys, so we're starting here at this point. I edited everything out. I decided I wanted to go back through and look through everything we've already looked through to see if there was anything I missed. And I've been trying to find like keys and stuff like that, so I'd save beforehand in case I found anything that it would accidentally pick it up, which didn't happen. And as I was going through the hospital again, I had remembered that we found a pen that's mentioned in this letter. And the pen had 1964 on it, I believe. And so I was looking at the name Catherine, and I remember there are some lockers over in the nurse's station. And we're going to see if that code works. Because I remember thinking there's got to be something, it worked, that we are missing. And so this is going to get us a little bit further in here. So we've got the logbook. Oh, that's tiny. I wonder if I can zoom in. Cannot. Okay, so May 19th, 1993, Norma Jefferson was admitted to PCH at 10:24 a.m. Her son found her on the side of the bed and immediately called us. We tried to reach Dr. Johnson, but were not able to. After the third try, we gave up and called Dr. Schneider, who was not supposed to be on duty. It's the third time that we failed to reach Dr. Johnson. He's never been unreachable this many times before. June 4th, 1993. Susan has been sick these 3 days in a row, with Catherine calling in sick at the last moment. Tonight's staff will be extremely short-handed. I've agreed to do double shifts this weekend. June 20th, 1993. It is unfortunate that 8-year-old Timothy Scott drowned. Rumor was that he was trying to retrieve his toy and lost his grip. He was alone while everyone else were playing in the playground. His body was found 3 hours later in the river near the hunting cabin. June 26, 1993. I was at the end of the hallway when I saw a young lady standing outside Dr. Johnson's office. It was 11:15 p.m. and the visiting hours were over. I called out to her. She turned to me and promptly walked away. I couldn't be exactly sure, but I thought she looked drenched. I looked out of the window. It wasn't raining. Okay, so that's a reference to Sophia. Now, I don't know if we need to get into the rest of these lockers. I still have not found the key to it just yet. We do have the key card, but we haven't figured out where the key is. So let's see. We're going to need to do some other investigation. Okay, everyone, so after we found the pen in the hospital and we got some more information, I decided I wanted to do a little more searching around, skip that out for you so that you didn't have to watch me wander around, and I got to thinking about finding the cubby in Scott's room because I think we need something out of there. I've looked all over the floor, so we're just kind of click on things to see if we get anything. Oh, look at that. Cripes. I don't know how we missed that the first time around. Okay, so we need... Okay, so I'm wondering... I remember seeing this, but I'm not sure if this would be the code or not. It could be 5385. So let's try it. Because I think it was also referenced that he had put the number on his toy. That was it. Okay, here we go. We got some more info. So let's meet at our secret hideout at 5 p.m. Code change to 8831. So let's write that down. That's probably the shed, because that had a number lock on it, and that's from Trisha. I have a baseball, anything on it? Doesn't look like it. Why would you put a baseball in a safe? There's nothing on it. Okay, so we've got another diary. Okay, so Sunday, February 18th, 1990. Mr. Peterson passed away at the age of 81. Everyone attended his funeral today. He was buried next to Mrs. Peterson. The population of Painscreek is decreasing. Old people are dying and young people aren't coming back after college. Will I stay in Painscreek till I'm old? And will I die like Mr. Peterson? Would there be anyone left at that point? Thursday, April 22nd, 1990. Trisha talks a lot to me recently. I feel comfortable whenever she's around. I can be myself in front of her. She makes me happy. Monday, May 14th, 1990. Father Matthew tells me that it's important to have goals in life. I wonder what life goal I should have. I wonder what Father Matthew's goal is. Saturday, May 18th, 1990. It's been a few months since Derek got hired by Trisha's dad to be the mansion driver. He gets to travel around the world now. I envy him. I went to work too so that I can buy something nice for Trisha. Monday, May 20th, 1990. There's a secret room in the mansion. I can't believe it. I can't wait till Saturday to explore it with Trisha. Okay, so that's probably referencing that one room that I believe it's a room. I don't know if it's a room or not. But I think is open by pushing the books, which we haven't found all those yet. Because I'm wondering if maybe there's some more pieces around. So let's go ahead and head back to the mansion. And see if we can get in the shed, because I think there's been some references that that's where they used to meet up at. I think mostly when they were just kids. I think because when they got older, they started meeting at his cabin. There's just so much information in this game, and I think we've looked over things. So it's like I said, I might have to edit that stuff out, but, might have to just go back through and make sure that we haven't missed anything. This game, it just seems so big, even though it's, just in this little small town. It's just, there's so much stuff here. There's so much information. Sometimes you don't know what's relevant, what's just a little note. And it's just been easier for me to go back and double look things and not have to drag you guys through that with me. Okay, so let's try it. So it was 8, 3, 1. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, so let's make sure that we don't miss. Oh, look, more chess pieces. Here we go. We have a 1. And a 7. I think the other one was 5 and a 2. Depends on what order. I wonder if there's anything specific. Ooh, got a key. Oh, Trisha's key. I bet that is either the music box or that one drawer. So my diary. Oh, Trisha's diary. So, March 26, 1993. I like being with Scott. I can be myself in front of him. He doesn't judge me or tell me what to do. He cares about what I think. He makes me happy. April 1st, 1993. Scott and I have decided to have our own secret hideout. It'll be really fun. Mom won't know that we are secretly meeting. September 3rd, 1993. I'm so glad that Scott is now working at the mansion, although having Andrew as a supervisor is probably not the best idea. He's drunk all the time. I don't want him to influence Scott in a bad way. September 16th, 1993. Scott has to work the garden the whole day. After that, he has some errands to do. I guess we won't be meeting today. I miss him already. October 1st, 1993. I wanted to learn photography, so Mom hired Oliver to be my tutor. At first, I thought he would be too old to teach, plus his techniques are probably too ancient, but when he came, I'm surprised that he's a very humble person. Despite our age differences, we talked for hours. I felt comfortable around him. Then he showed me the photos he took. They were beautiful. It was around the paint that I figured out, it was around this point that I figured out that Oliver is perfect as a tutor, that I shouldn't have been so quick to judge the old man. I'm glad Oliver is my teacher. October 5th, 1993. Scott has finally finished moving all his stuff to the cabin. Winter's coming. It'll be extremely cold in the cabin. The fireplace should help. Maybe I should knit a scarf for Scott. Oh, that's a tongue twister. I think I'll visit him today. Okay, so we got the pawn pieces. I want to make sure we don't miss anything, because I feel like that's what I had been doing. Or forgetting stuff that, we had found, but we just couldn't get to yet. Oh, yikes, I think I'm stuck. There we go. I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so wait a minute. Right there, there's another key. The attic. How did I almost miss that? Good Lord. I'm glad because that just felt like it blended right in until I was far away from it. See, this is what I'm talking about. We got to be careful, because I think that's what's happened. I've missed a lot of things. Aha, look, I almost missed that. Oliver from the photo lab borrowed a shovel and a wrench. That's what we need. Andrew. P.S. We have extras, so I told him he could keep the tools until he was done with them. Do we have extras? Because I'm not seeing any in the shed. I mean, there's a grill. I wouldn't mind grilling some steaks. Alright, so now we have the attic key. We have the key to Trisha's, either her music box or her drawer near her bed. And we found the pieces. So let's do the keys first, because those are easier. I knew that there had to be more pieces around somewhere. Okay, let's try the music box first. It's not that one, okay? So that means it's for this drawer over here. And we have another key. House key. Dear Trisha, you can always stay at my place when you feel lonely. Dorothy. I don't remember Dorothy's house. Oh, she's got another diary. Okay, May 22nd, 1994. Mom is so judgmental. She doesn't want me to be near Scott, saying that I should find someone who is of the same class as me. What does that even mean? Who determines what class Scott is in? Did Mom talk to Father Matthew? Is that why Father Matthew always forbade us from seeing each other? Don't they know we're in love? July 24th, 1994. Last night, Scott and Father Matthew had a big fight. Father Matthew told him to stop seeing me again. I asked Scott why, but he didn't know the reason. I feel so miserable. October 10th, 1994. Scott asked if I had a younger brother named Vincent. I didn't. He told me that it was probably just a rumor, but wanted to be sure about it. Who'd spread such a rumor about my family? October 11th, 1994. At dinner, I asked Mom if I ever had a younger brother named Vincent. She stared at me and said no. She then asked where I got the name from. When I said, from Scott, she told me dinner's over. I argued with her. She yelled and sent me to my room. Later, I heard her arguing with Dad. October 26, 1994. How could Mom fire Scott? That is so unreasonable. There's no reason at all for firing him. And why can't I see Scott anymore? I love Scott. Dad loves him too, only Mom hates him, and I don't even know why. November 22nd, 1994. I find it really strange. I knew that today was Scott's day off, so I tried to surprise him at the cabin. However, I could not find him. I searched everywhere, inside and outside the cabin. He was nowhere to be found. Just as I was about to leave, he suddenly appeared as if he had been here this whole time. This has happened several times now. I'm wondering if there's a hidden room in the cabin that I just don't know about. Okay, so we might have a hidden room in the cabin. This must have belonged to Scott. Please hold on to this. Someday I'll tell you everything, Scott. Okay, so we need to figure out where Dorothy's living. Now, I don't remember if we ran into anything that had her address on it. I know her address, I believe, is in the hospital. Okay, here we go. She's in 40 Black Pine Road. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, and we still haven't found the key to this music box. Alright, so now let's go down here. Maybe we don't have to do them in a certain order. Maybe it's just we have to have those books pulled. So the other numbers was 1 and 7. Okay, nothing happened. Maybe it's like everything has to be pushed in but those two, maybe? It's the only one I can't push back, and that's the one we found. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, let's pull these all back out. Well, maybe. Okay, and then we'll push them again. Okay, maybe we don't have everything yet. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and head to Dorothy's house. Because those were the only numbers I had, and it's not moving. And I don't think it would be in any specific order. Plus, I don't remember seeing anything that was specific enough for that. Okay, so let's hit the road here. And we're looking for Black Pine. So let's see where we are right now. We're on Black Pine. Okay, and we're looking for 40. 36, 39. Oh, 40. Yeah, I remember seeing this door thinking, we're going to have to go in there. Oh, we also have the attic key, too. We have to go in the attic. So, we do have to head back that way at some point. No keys. Okay, so let's make sure we don't miss anything. A new home, a new lifestyle in the heart of town. We take pride in helping others realize their dreams. So most people just want to secure the lives of their loved ones without having the constant worry that something will go wrong. We'll help you set your own pace, protect your freedoms, form new friendships, pursue interests, and enjoy the finest services that can be provided. You can depend on us to aid in whatever way you need, and we'll give you the confidence that someone is always there to help. Painscreek Retirement Management personal goals is to be shoulder to lean on for everyone. We'll guide you to choose the right method and right time period, and we'll make those steps together. I was a little nervous moving to this town, but ever since I've moved here, I feel like home. It's been the experience of a lifetime. Kayla Pearson. Okay, so it looks like Dorothy was thinking about retiring and moving away from Painscreek, but it looks like she never got to do that. So once again, we have a house full of Looks like people were packing. And they stopped. February 2nd, 1975, Charles asked something of me today. He asked if I would be willing to stay with Sophia, that he'd arranged to have her house rented out a little ways from the mansion. I told him that I would help, but that Sophia's pregnancy will eventually show. There's no way of hiding it. He seemed worried. February 6, 1975, Charles came up to me and expressed his gratitude for taking care of Sophia. He said he will be covering all the necessary expenses. He told me not to tell anyone about it. As for Sophia's growing belly, when the time comes, I'm to make up something about her running errands outside of Painscreek. I'm not sure if that will work. April 6, 1975. Sophia is 8 months into her pregnancy. Her belly is big now. I asked her how she felt. She told me she's happy and feels hopeful for their future. She said it would be best if the baby is a boy. I can understand why she's thinking that way, but I can't help but wonder how Vivian will feel about it all. What will the ramifications of this be? Okay, so Dorothy knew and was taking care of Sophia. And Sophia, what the heck? The drawer shot me across the room. Sophia lived somewhere around here. Scriptures by Reverend Keith. So nothing there. Okay, we'll click on that later because that might take me outside and I'm not ready to go outside yet. Some tea. Helping and serving others in the name of God. It's not just new words, it's a new lifestyle by Susan Fracture. Alright, I don't see anything else. Hopefully we haven't missed anything, so we're going to head upstairs. Okay, that's locked. Okay, so her bedroom's locked, apparently. Nice big bathtub. That's really odd that that's locked. We don't have a key for it. That's for the attic, which we do need to go back to. And I didn't see anything around here, so... Nope, that's locked too. So I don't think you can go out there. No key, though. But it looks like we could get into her bedroom, because I believe it had an unlocked. But yet, I don't see anything. Nothing really much there except for some more information. Sophia does seem to have lived in the town still. So... Alright, so let's shoot back to the mansion. Because I forgot we needed to go to the attic. Which I'm just looking forward to. All right. I was a little more hopeful for Dorothy's house, but we didn't get much out of that. Except for that she has a locked room, and I don't think we have a key to it. And I remember checking her room, and I'm pretty sure we've checked it completely. We'll also have to head back to the cabin at some point as well. Can't get in that drawer. You can't get in this chest, as far as I know. and just check to see if maybe we can find the secret door. Apparently there is. Now, I know we have some photos that Stephen Moss had taken, but I don't know if we have to go back to the hotel to look at those or not. I don't see... Yeah, we've got that. I don't see anything about the pictures that we got. Because those pictures could have some clues in them too. But let's go ahead and shoot up into the attic first. That way that gets rid of all our keys. Oh, Lord. I don't like this. Oh, secrets. So there's the thing. That's that clock that we did at the beginning. That's hilarious. That we're just now getting this, but I happened to find it. That's so funny. I have a feeling we went out of order on a few things. There were things that I thought about that I picked up. Not seeing much in here but that. It's a big picture. Oh. Okay. This is that room. I was wondering if we'd get the door too. Cool, maybe we'll find the shovel and stuff in here. Bottle caps. Huh. This must have been where that guy drank. There's got to be tools around here somewhere. A well-cleared grill fork. Or a well-cleaned grill fork. Oh, here we go. Here's a diary. Okay, Tuesday, September 21st, 1993. I didn't feel well today. I had a nightmare last night. I cannot remember what it was like, but it was unnerving. I see Scott all the time, and since he has started working at the mansion, he's always with Trisha. I used to be the one to hang out with Trisha. Friday, October 1st, 1993. Mom says she feels better these days. It's as if she forgot she even has cancer. I hope she recovers quickly. Mr. Johnson is a great man to help us out like that. Monday, November 8th, 1993. Trisha talked to me today. She said Scott is really busy lately, and she feels lonely. I would never make her feel that way. I cannot say it to her, but I will be there whenever she needs me. We talked a lot. I wish every day would be like today. Monday, February 14th, 1994. Today, Scott came and asked if I know anything about Father Calvin. I only knew him as the previous church pastor before Father Matthew took over. I told Scott to ask Matthew about it. Scott didn't say anything and left. Looks like they aren't getting along too well. Okay, so once again, we're just getting a little bit of information. We haven't come across anything. I was kind of hoping we might get the... There we go, unlock that. I was kind of hoping we were going to get like a tool or something. I'm not seeing anything. I don't see a key. Don't see any tools. Just a bunch of bottles. Okay, so the only thing we have left is maybe try to go look for that secret room. in Scott's cabin. So let's go ahead and go that way. And see what we find there. We still have yet to find the key to the photography building. And I'm not really sure where that is. I mean, even in my time when I was looking over everything, going back again, I still didn't see anything. And we really need that shovel because I feel like we really have to get that time capsule out of that ground, because there's probably a reason that they brought that up. And we have yet to be able to get into the basement of the hospital as well to turn the power back on. So that we can get in the room with the key card, because it's the only way we're going to be able to get in there. Okay, so let's take a look in here. Maybe it's down in his basement. That work? Nope. It's probably how you open it. So it's got to have something to do with it, with this. But I don't see anything. I don't think pulling that opened anything. And it's obvious he built a secret room because of that book that we found. Okay, let's check up here. I mean, I really doubt pulling that thing did anything. Okay, I'm thinking about running back to the private eyes room and looking at those photos. Because I remember that there were some photos and I thought I had saw a cross that looked like that photo. And I believe that was in the first or second playthrough. It might have been the second playthrough that we did where we found that. So I just really want to go back there and look for that. I don't know. Can I get through here? I don't think I can. Yes, I can. Okay. We also haven't gotten into the briefcase in here either. I mean, I have yet to find the key for that. So let's see if we can... There's the photos. Okay. The code is Calvin's date of birth. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to look that up too. Oh, it's a panel on the side. Okay. Okay, I thought I had seen something like that. And we also know that the one box is Calvin's date of birth as well. Okay, so since we're here, let's go ahead and run back to the graveyard. Let's check Calvin's date of birth, put in the code, and then we'll head over to the secret panel. Yeah, see, there's just so much. I really honestly should have been maybe making better notes of where we were finding things. It might have been a little more helpful. I wouldn't had to search so many places over and over again. Luckily, you guys didn't have to follow me on that, because definitely would have been boring. Okay, so let's see. Calvin has to be buried here, right? Okay, this probably is. No, Magdalene Roberts. Okay, so that was the Vivian's mother-in-law. Can't believe I didn't notice that the first time we came through here. Mary Johnson, Wanda Taylor. Okay. Here we go, but it's Calvin, yeah. Okay, October 21st, or 24th, 1902. So that would be 10/24/1902. I can't believe I didn't think of that when I had seen that picture. But I think I had some keys at the time that we were going to go look at, and also shocked by the photo of the girl on top of the building. Okay, so let's go ahead and run back in here. This is probably just going to get us information. We probably won't even get anything out of this, but let's try. Because I feel like we get things and we move a little bit further, and then it's like, oh, nope, dead end. There was just some papers. Okay, so I wonder which one it is. I wonder if it's both. Okay, so let's try 1, 0, 2, 4, 10/24. Okay, so probably 02, since the whole thing wouldn't fit. There we go. Okay. I wonder if they're both like that. Okay, dear Father Calvin, this is a letter about the things that I have witnessed during my stay in Painscreek while in service to Mrs. Magdalene Roberts. I have no one to confide in, and I dare not speak to you in public, hence this letter. I accompanied Mrs. Roberts to Painscreek on July 4th of 1975 to visit her son, Charles. It was rumored that Vivian had a nervous breakdown following her own delivery of Tricia, that she had to stay in PCH for rehabilitation for several months. During that time period, Charles was all alone. He found comfort in a housemaid by the name of Sophia. They had an affair. A boy was born. 2 days after arriving, we were informed that Sophia, along with her child, had left Painscreek, where she could have gone off to is a mystery for all of us. I assume most of us believed in the story, including myself. However, Mrs. Roberts refused to believe that Sophia would leave when she would have been accepted into the Roberts family. The boy that was born for Charles would have guaranteed that Mrs. Roberts initiated a search for Sophia with our driver, Patrick, and myself. It lasted less than 2 months before she passed away from a heart attack. What I want to confess in this letter is not about Sophia, although I was initiated by her disappearance. It's about Mrs. Roberts' untimely death. You see, Mrs. Roberts had a heart condition, and it had been affecting her for a while. However, her medication had always kept her stable. Her prescription was still the same during her visit to Painscreek, yet her condition deteriorated. The family doctor, Henry Johnson, confirmed that her search for Sophia had taken a toll on her health. All she needed was to rest as much as she could, and she would be fine. I know that despite the doctor's advice, Mrs. Roberts did not stop the search. Did that create stress on her? Yes, but could it have killed her? According to the physician attending to Mrs. Roberts back home, no. Definitely not within such a short time span if she had taken her medicine. Her body was never autopsied. Her son Charles wanted her body untouched and buried properly. As Patrick and I were packing to leave for home, I couldn't help but wonder who could have wanted Mrs. Roberts dead. Is there a connection between the affair of Charles and the housemaid, the disappearance of Sophia and her child, and the death of Mrs. Roberts? I would like to say whom I might suspect, yet I am in no such position and am afraid that I might name the wrong person. As I write this letter, I hope you understand what I'm trying to convey. I pray that the truth will be revealed as God permits it. Sincerely, Sylvia Eden. So Sylvia believes she knew who did it. Now, I wonder, this one has one too. I wonder if it's possibly, it could be the same code. Let's try, maybe it is. Aha, it does. Nice. And there's nothing in that one, of course. So once again, got us more information, but still kind of a dead end. Okay, so let's head back over to the cabin. Hopefully that's not much of a dead end either, and that gets us like a key for something. Because we have to be able to get that stuff. We need a shovel and the wrench to do the door jamb, I would believe. Why does it stand out now? That's hilarious. All right. Let's go ahead and search. Leave nothing unturned to make sure we don't forget anything. Yeah, I'll leave the flashlight on. It wasn't enough light. Robert's estate security tapes. Huh. He's taking the tapes. VHS. Guess we can't put it in there, can we? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Oh, wow. Who killed my mother? So he did find out. I found out who killed my mother. But yet he was dead. Understanding psychology, seeing what others don't. Okay, Monday, February 13th, 1995. I realized who I am from the moment I saw the photo. I have the exact same blanket. I know who my father is. Everything makes sense now. Tuesday, March 7th, 1995. I visited Andrew today. I needed to know where they hid Mom's body, but he cried and begged me not to say anything about it to anyone. Or about it anymore. There was no room for whatever questions I had left. I then told him I'm the boy he gave to Father Calvin to get rid of. He was utterly shocked. After that I left. I could not bear to look at him for another second. I know who I am, and now I feel everything is falling apart. Monday, April 3rd, 1995. Andrew came into the cabin and told me where the body was hidden. He said he was sorry and left. Externally, I was quiet. Internally, I was sputtering and livid. After he left, I came to my room and cried. Tuesday, April 4th, 1995. The well had dried up and was covered in moss. I couldn't have known that the well even existed if I didn't work at the mansion. I finally found Mom's body. I buried her in the cemetery next to Father Calvin. So that's what that little wooden cross and flowers were. There was no tombstone for her, just a wooden cross. I don't think Father Calvin would mind. After all, he was the one who saved me. Wednesday, May 3rd, 1995. A month has passed. I haven't worked since and have stopped meeting anyone. Tricia knocks on my door every day, but I would hide each time. She cries every time, begging me to come out, anxious to know why I won't see her, if she has done anything wrong. I don't know what to say to her, but I know we cannot be together anymore. Saturday, March 13th, 1995. Father Matthew visited me today. He said he hasn't seen me at church for a while, that no one has heard from me in weeks. When he asked how I was doing, I began crying. The tears just flowed down my cheeks. I cried and I cried. I just couldn't stop them. I told him everything. I told him that I know that Charles is my father. I confess I now knew that Tricia was my half-sister. I said I didn't know what to do now. He listened and didn't speak. And his diary ends there, at least in that. Here's a pattern on the baby's blanket. So he found the photo of his mom. It's like a music box key attached on it. That's probably Tricia's. Oh, goody, a sewer system. This is just wonderful. We have a key to said sewer system, maybe? Okay, who killed my mother? Magdalene. Couldn't be her. She tried to find Sophia. Charles, he's my father. Well, I think we can guarantee we already know he didn't do it. Vivian's Charles' wife, she did it. Bernard, the mansion butler, we know he wasn't involved. Father Calvin, he saved me, couldn't be him. Matthew, in Indonesia at the time, Dr. Johnson killed Magdalene. Technically, she did, but he gave her the pills. He was involved with her mother's death. Andrew, the mansion gardener, was involved. Wanda was a maidservant. Derek's mom. Derek, he's 6 years old at the time. Dorothy, she loved and took care of Sophia when she was pregnant. And Tricia. He didn't mark her off. I wonder if he thought she might have been involved. Maybe Tricia was. Okay, it's got Dorothy's house. Okay, so the old sewer entrance is right here. Right by the hospital. So let me write that down. Just in case they don't let me keep that. Okay, he's got Bernard's house marked, Derek's and Wanda's, time capsule, which we knew where that was, Andrew's house, and his birth house was over here, which I don't think we can get, but I'm assuming it might be that cabin. Maybe that's what we're in now. Just feels like the distance isn't right, but I could be wrong. Why was she killed? Okay, so let's take a picture of that. Oh, almost missed that key. Old gate key. Who knows what that's for? Wonder if that's going to have something on it. See anything else. Man, he was like sleeping down here. Crazy. Alright, we gotta go to a sewer system. We've got the key to the music box, which I'll probably want to do first. Make sure we've looked at everything because we don't want to miss anything again. But I don't see anything else. I feel like this is going to be something at some point, but I don't have anything that could go into it. Doesn't even say to do anything. It's found next to the old sewer map in Scott's cabin. So this is probably the key. It's an old mansion gate key. Seems unused for a long time. I want to say there was... This either goes to the cemetery, or I think there might have been a gate on the mansion grounds. That's probably where the well is. Looks like a keto music box, so we definitely want to go back there. Okay, guys, we're going to end it here. And in our next playthrough, we're going to go back to the music box. We're going to hit the sewer key, and we're going to see if that other key we found, I think it's on the mansion. It probably leads to the well where they left his mother's body. So let me know in the comment section what you think about the game so far. Like, are you shocked by who might have killed Sophia? Or we know who did, but, you know, I mean, are you just shocked by it? Please make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with anybody that you think would enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.